What's up, YouTube? Knife Edge here again. Got another little cool unpouching, unsheathing, unboxing video for you. Another knife that was sent to me by Gareth HB, and a little pass around from him and Pickled Steel and some of those people from South Africa. So really appreciate that. Pretty cool to be able to check these out, and it's always much appreciated. Somebody send me something to check out. I can kind of show off on the channel a little bit. Really appreciate that, Gareth and friends over there. This is a custom, actually. This is Aldo's custom. This one's called the Jackal. Pretty nice little sheath that it comes with. This is a leather sheath. DBLs is a designer on it. Let's get it out here. Let me go ahead and break this thing out without too much further ado there. Check that out, man. Nice harpoon on that. Pretty aggressive harpoon shape. Definitely got your glass breaker, I guess, back there, along with something to tie the lanyard off to. Not too pokey. It's not like really aggressively like sharp or anything. I like that. This is my first time checking these out. This is out of a box of knives that they sent to me again, so not really like my normal review. Usually I would do like 2 videos on a knife, be like an unboxing on one, review on the other. This is kind of both in one. So pretty cool being able to check these out for the first time and share it with you guys. These do have, what is that, speed holes, kind of like holes in it right there. Kind of rounded out, I don't even know what to call those, pins, I guess. I really like that harpoon, man. This is a super awesome in the hand fixed blade. Really nice size, perfect size. If this was a fold knife, it'd be huge, right? But this is kind of on the smaller end for a fixed blade. Nice harpoon there. Put your thumb on that. Pretty good ergonomics on it. Let's see. Let me get close here to the camera. DBLs. South Africa. So this is, again, this is Aldo's custom, man. This is a really nice custom knife from him, from a South African maker, and come directly from them over here. So that's pretty neat. Let's see. Let's do, this is an overview, I guess, not really much of a review, but do like my normal kind of process here, measuring it out and everything. You got just under 8 inches if you go all the way to the tip of that glass breaker on the end of the handle. 7 7/8. So from the tip of the blade to where it ends at down here is not really a sharpening choil there. You got about 3 5/8. Measure it this way if you include that big swooping belly. Yeah, right at 3 5/8 on that. 3 3/4. I'm gonna call that 3 3/4 if you measure it like that. So pretty decent size, man. Even for, you know, a smaller fixed blade. And again, this is a prototype, or they're saying that the prototype's done. It says it'll have a few subtle changes, and the production will be made with N690, which is again kind of like D2. Bowler's version of D2, I believe. I'm not. I think I'm right on that. N690, but again, a really solid steel for a fixed blade knife. And DBL's being the designer on that. Let's go ahead and we'll do some quick measurements here. Blade stock thickness, you're looking at 141 thousandths, thickest part. Kind of swedges down pretty good. Nice grind on this one. That's 18 thousandths, so it gets pretty thin behind the edge. Haven't really been kind of steering clear of doing any cutting or carrying with this, just because it is not mine. You know, I got to send it back to these people, and I don't want to mess anything up. But let's get a piece of paper. Pretty sure they wouldn't mind a piece of paper. That thing will definitely slice. Yep, definitely a little slicey, for sure, a lot slicey, and some pretty robust thickness on that blade stock too. So not especially thin behind the tip. It kind of, if you go all the way up, look at it, it doesn't really look like you would really have to worry too much about breaking that tip off, unless you're doing something crazy with it. It's like it'd be fine for, you know, standard carry out in the woods with you. Maybe do a little light kind of batoning or kind of skinning with it. Looks like a good skinning knife, really. So yeah, let's get a weight on this before I get too sidetracked, start rambling even more. Zero the scale, and you're looking at 4.9 ounces. 5 on that one. 4.9 to 5 ounces, not really, you know, I've got a lot of folders that I carry quite often that are definitely not that heavy, so, or definitely heavier than that, so not really too big of a deal. As you guys saw in the other one, if depending on these, which one comes out first, I guess, with the videos, right? That is the Milwaukee, I don't know the name of it, from Home Depot. Trying to get some production fixed blades in here to compare it with. That's the ZRKT Spew. Really, the only two production fixed blades that I own. Every other fixed blade that I own is Mr. Eddie's designs and stuff. So don't really have too much to compare it to in the way of other fixed blades as far as size comparisons go. Compare it to a couple of folders here. That is your Inderex M18, and there is, lined up there a little bit, that is your Chris Reeve Knives Umnenzon for size comparisons and common objects. That would be your that'd be your DeWalt framing hammer and your 8-inch USA made crescent wrench right there. All right, so I think that'll pretty much do it for specs, sizes, stuff like that. Give you a pretty good little overview of it anyway. This, again, is a custom. The production will have some subtle changes, as note says here. Y'all check out Pickled Steel. Those should be linked down below, should be tagged in this video as well. They're doing some pretty cool stuff over there, and they're definitely, here in the last few months, year or so maybe, they've been trying to get more and more into the American market. And they've got some really good budget stuff. Pretty cool to be able to handle some of their fixed blades. They do have some pretty unique stuff, I would say. So appreciate you guys watching. Again, Pickled Steel, thank you guys for sending these to take a look at, and hopefully you guys liked the video. Hopefully it made sense to you, even though it wasn't really, not necessarily an unboxing, not necessarily a full review, whatever, kind of a little bit different than normal. Anyway, hit the like button if you do like the content. Subscribe right down there if you want more of it, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Y'all stay sharp.